it didn't go quickly enough.
Hoisted by your own petard, Mr. Green.
You're calling me a what? You can't say that in this day and age, mate.
I don't even know what it means. It's just something you say.
It's Shakespeare.
It's when you're not quick. It's not when you're quick enough at school.
All right.
It's when you basically get done by your own. So it'd be like, I don't know, if
I knew Sam would find a way of explaining this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit like if you'd been holding now in opposition and then got found to be lying when you're in government. It's a bit like that.
I thought you'd know about it.
Why? What Youngie's doing his best Pep Guardiola twice.
Now I'm just
5 times
stunned that there's 5 of us on the pod. This is obscene.
How many titles is Verstappen going to have next week?
There's 5 on the pod and we haven't won since August. There's things to be said.
No, that's not true, Bruce. I think we've won since August. We just haven't won. We haven't won against 11 men.
1 win against 11 men since August the 19th. That's the stat, yeah.
I can't see anything.
Bruce has literally just done that stat, Sam.
He was too busy thinking about Shakespeare.
I was actually joking.
Craig.
The stat wasn't actually. Sorry, the stat wasn't actually quite right. But anyway, so anyway.
Can we get some more comments in, please, so that Sam disappears behind them? I've just had my tea.
That sounded like one of Sam's. Remember that little funny noise that he made that time that we made into a bit of a sort of, I don't know what you would call it, but he that was one
like
of his little noises.
Out by a celebrity.
It was one of them little noises that he makes from time to time at the end of it. Sort of, he starts to say the words really quick, and then it just sort of all blurs into like a, and then he's like, right, I'm off. I can't be doing with you lot.
Here, everybody, before we start, I need to buy my Secret Santa gift. So can you all just go to the Etsy pod shop and buy something? It's on Black and White Friday, so you get a discount, and there is a new print. So go have a look. Does that help? You never know, might work. We're not doing Secret Santa though, are we, Mike? We're just doing Santa.
Right? Did I tell you what I told you I got, didn't I?
Yeah, and I told you who I got.
And I told Sam, and Sam told me who he got. I've forgotten who you said you got, but I know who Sam's got. I know who you've got.
It's just Santa now.
That's the spirit, lads. For fuck's sake.
Youngie, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, but who got me doesn't know.
I've got 1 in 5 chance. I don't know who it is.
It's just get ready for your pizza platter.
Oh, while I remember, Sam, can you just message me your address, please?
Unrelated matter. Sam,
the address should already be on the thing. You have to put your address into the thing, and as you know, I'm very reluctant to hand out my address to people in this podcast at risk of what might come through the letterbox.
After we signed you all up for them mucky mags that time, are you getting who your person is? Are you getting what I suggested was a better idea?
Yes,
you said yes, that is a better idea.
It would have been, but the problem is it's no, basically, is long and short of it, because the article I would need, I don't have access to. I know it is, but it's not that simple. The article I would need, I'll text you just to make clarified.
Oh, don't text me. Don't do that.
Funky Gibbons says, "Sorry, lads, but Santa is not Real." I didn't know. I thought he played for Barcelona.
That's funky. That's funky going on the naughty list. Hi, Finley.
Yeah, was that your lad?
No,
because if that's your lad, that is a level of level of awareness. We're just going to sit here in silence for a bit, if that's all right.
Ironically, there's more of it and nobody's talking.
Well, that's because off air before we came on, Alex gave us the song and verse about how we all needs to stay quiet and less kind of but speak when spoken to. So we're all just following orders.
Yeah, you've done really well with that so far.
I was thinking about this, and I don't like this. I don't like this 3-day gap. It's like when you're a teenager when you split up with your first girlfriend, and then a month later you're absolutely heartbroken and devastated, and then a month later you bump into your auntie and she wants to hear all about it. I just feel like I don't know. 3 days has been a long time to stew on this.
I thought what you were going to say is, Bruce, is you've broken up with your girlfriend, and then you've got another 4 days till the bag's ball is back, and you can't go out and get someone else.
If I'd have got any joy at the bag's ball, you'd have been right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have come to me with the aqua disco. The guy in the shallow end unable to
mate, that's not for this. That's not for public discussion. I'm sorry. I'm not getting involved in that.
You're not going to the aqua disco. He's been in the splash zone.
If you weren't a lifeguard, mate, I think we should cut that bit.
I've read something very similar in the toilet.
No, did no one else go to? Was it just me for the aqua disco?
Most of the stuff you go on about? I have no idea. I don't know what bag's ball is. I don't think Sam does.
The aqua disco is still real. It's still there.
I can work out one aqua disco. I've never been to one.
It's not Shakespeare.
Are
you not DJing the aqua disco then, Youngie?
I've never DJ'd the aqua disco. I have to say. It's that's it. Yeah, I'm not allowed to fit 250 yards around the leisure centre. So
do in the car park.
He's not allowed in car parks either.
Run a wire around the front of the door. You'll be fine. Well,
I always go to the ice disco.
Oh, I never did that. What do you, Mike? What do you think it was?
I think it was disco, probably on some ice.
Yeah, what they did is they went.
On you. Is that the quiz this week? Is that the quiz? Is that the quiz?
So we all went down to the ice factory. We climbed over all the steam turbines and had a rave.
My first girlfriend took me to the ice disco. And she could skate.
He was 32.
She could skate and I couldn't. And
it
was absolutely terrifying. Her and her mate grabbed hold of me and they pulled me around way faster than I was capable of skating, and it was horrendous. I still have nightmares. I still have nightmares. I think I've still got some of the. I think I've still got some of the ice burns. Bloody hell, Sam! Is that your finger? I've finished now.
Bruce, I can imagine you holding on to one of those penguins for dear life.
It was terrifying. I'm not kidding. Absolutely terrifying. They were bombing round, and I was just sort of shuffling around the sides, and then they just grabbed me, and we were doing laps. Oh, it was still have nightmares.
Mike is. I'm just saying. My hands are here. Mike is playing with the music. It's not me. Did you get a second date at least?
Oh, we were together for about 4 years.
Finds out next week.
Just on a separate note, right? Kit Kat or club?
Well, it depends. We've
had this debate before. It was club. It depends what sort of club and what sort
orange?
of Kit.
Is an orange club acceptable?
I would have a Kit Kat over an orange club.
Right. Second part of the question, right? I've just brought upstairs a snack, right?
Yeah, I know you've been eating it live on air.
That I've eaten in the first 9 minutes of the podcast, of which I've only been
we've all heard it.
Right. Kit Kat. I've had a Kit Kat, a 2-finger Kit Kat. I've had another 2-finger Kit Kat.
So you've had 4 fingers.
And I've got
and a thumb.
We're back at the ice disco again here, Mike, aren't we? No, I've had. Is that greedy, or are these biscuits just tiny? Look at that! Look, that's my finger, and that's the club.
This is audio heritage.
They are smaller than they used to be, aren't they?
No, your eyesight's just getting poorer.
Yeah.
This
is close. This club is far away.
How many bites?
Is this what we're reduced to? Angry old man rampaging on about chocolate.
Sam, don't you dare! That's your entire electorate. Shut your mouth and have some respect for your voters.
The first thing you said was about Shakespeare.
Answer the question.
That is no more than 2 bites. None of you would eat that in more than 2 bites, would you?
I'd have a go. I'd have a go at 1.
Deep throat that.
I think biscuits are absolutely. I went blood donating, and they looked at me put out because I ate about half a packet of clubs, and I actually think that would have been about 2 clubs 10 years ago. Anyway, Sorry about
that. Anyway, you can top the Kit Kat, you can top the club with the gold bar. The gold bar should be the #1 standard of biscuits.
They are tiny. They're even smaller.
You psychopath. You absolute psychopath.
Which was the one where you used to be able to rub the foil and it would give you like the image of a like a piece of corn?
I don't know. You're getting your chocolate.
Breakaway.
Breakaway. Yeah.
Breakaway. I like that.
Breakaways are tasty, but they're not very big. They're tiny.
Can I just say as well, I think blue ribbons are shit.
Yeah, agreed.
Ribbons.
Agreed.
I want to retract my statement to Bruce a minute ago. That is tiny. That's basically barely the length of my
and who do we have to blame for that, Sam? Before 15 years ago, it was the size of a small truck.
Sugar tap.
Could feed a family of 4.
Nowadays, the government are giving them bloody to families of 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
provided you don't work.
Can I throw another 2 names into the pot for this? That's the caramel bar and the chocolate tea cake.
So the chocolate tea cake. I don't think the chocolate tea cake is allowed in this category because
the caramel bar wins anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I'm just thinking like. We're basically talking about what is going in your lunchbox. You get your sandwich, you get your packet of cheap crisps because your mum doesn't afford Walkers, and you
Sam has foie gras,
and you get it's foie gras. Where's the goose? And you get your little chocolate bar. I don't think a tea cake goes in because it doesn't have the stability and the structure to be able to stay in a lunchbox day to day.
This Chateau Neuf de Pop is meant to be served slightly chilled. This is room temperature.
The pop.
I sold out my working class values actually quite a few weeks ago. I sent my daughter to school with hummus and carrot sticks.
Oh, middle class twat. Shall I tell you what? This might be working out our age groups. Did anybody else have for a while like Pringles in like a little Pringle carrier thing were all the rage? Yeah.
You can still get those. Like you can buy, if you go to like motorway service stations or at Christmas, they sometimes do them, like 8 packs of little Pringle things this big.
They are a waste of time as well. Why would you, when you can eat a whole tube of Pringles in one go? Why would you?
Can't take them in your lunch.
Why would you have one of them fancy little bloody?
Why would you have just a sandwich when you got the entire Warburton's loaf there?
This is pissing me off more than bloody Thursday.
Is there anything you're going to moan about tonight, Bruce?
You wait till we get talking about the game. I'm going to bring your mate Paul Hurst up.
I tell you what, Radio Umberside.
Right, get me bingo card out. Here we go.
Mid-morning Radio Umberside Classic. They will be proud of this. I wouldn't be shocked if we all get a call from the BBC tomorrow going, lads, we've got a debate to fill up. Their phone lines will be ringing off the hook if they were talking about this subject.
Can you do 10 till 2? You just got to talk about Clive Sullivan way being shut every now and then.
Step aside, James. We're in.
We could call it the selection section.
What was that, Bruce? Sorry, I need to write down the title. What was it?
The selection section.
The selection section. There you go. What is okay? Ches is getting annoyed at us talking about biscuits when we're shit. Yes, that's exactly what we'll do. You're getting another 45 minutes of this. It is Black Friday and Christmas is here. I've got our tree up. Bruce, what's your selection box of choice then?
I think Heroes.
Which are the last 2 sweets that are still in the Heroes box?
Oh, now you're testing my hero knowledge now, though.
Yeah, well, this is the stuff that matters. Eclairs.
It's Cadbury's Heroes, isn't it? So that's Celebrations is
Nestle,
isn't it?
Maltesers, Galaxy, Mars, Snickers.
So what's in? Maybe I'm thinking of Heroes is like Whispers and stuff, isn't it?
So for us, it is the last thing that's left in it is the cream egg and the eclair.
Cream eggs are a bit like they're stickly, they're horrible.
Personally,
that's like the bounty. That's the bounty of the quality streets, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not even quality streets. Sorry, bounty's not in quality streets, but it's the bounty basically.
I'm going to say that I think roses are the nicest smelling box. Like when you peel it back for the first time, roses have the best smell. I don't think there's too much palm oil in the Celebrations.
But you can't eat roses on their own. They need another one next to them.
What do you mean? You make like a little sandwich?
No, I'm trying to bring it back to football.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Well done. Well done.
Oh, hang on, Bruce. Do it again. Do it again.
I've done it now.
No, do it again.
You got warners when you're doing something like that. We're not used to it.
We've got to record it. Do it again.
We did record it, you dickhead. It's on. Open
wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around here. They're going crazy.
This antiquated main stand, I can feel it vibrating.
Say, they got a penalty here with the fish flying about that. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football!
This is Vernon! Vernon scored! The supporters are invading the pitch because Grimsby Town have caused one of the biggest upsets in their history.
Love it.
Good evening. Welcome to the DN35 podcast. We are going to talk about everything but audio quality on this. Is it Bruce? Like,
Are you ready, Bruce?
Are you ready, Bruce? Yep. Just, hearing you fingering your phone.
I was just adjusting my handset.
Good. Well, welcome to the DN35 podcast. We have nothing to talk about today because Town lost again. So I can sense a change in tone amongst people. So happy for you to send your thoughts and comments in. I will say my piece, which is I thought it was no different from most of the other games we've played recently. I think we were the better team and we made pretty stupid errors, couldn't finish and have a leaky defence, which is going to be a frustrating thing to talk about. But overall, a couple of changes. That ball goes in, saved by a 44-year-old goalkeeper. Hopefully Christy Pym is making notes. And it went, if that had got in, then I think we'd have won the game, but we didn't. And Tranmere took away 3 points, which is lovely for them. I don't think we're doing too much wrong though. Ultimately, just individual errors, and I don't think that's necessarily the manager's fault. And I'm sure everybody else has their opinion. That's mine. Anybody would like to go first? Bruce, were you a little bit annoyed about the fans? I remember seeing on your Twitter. The only question I do have to pose to you is, at what point did you go into the lower bar?
I had a couple of pints before the game, but I didn't go in after the game had started. I thought I'm not going to go on about it too much, but I thought the atmosphere was appalling. I think it's a social thing a lot of the time now. People just sit and chat to the mates next to them. I don't think we get bundled part going, and I've said it on social media. I don't think I get that halfway during the game, if it's been crap, then but there's nothing to stop the fans creating a cauldron when the game starts, and it's just not like that. It's just quiet. The fans do definitely wait for the players to get them going, and a bit like the team, that wasn't until after half time. I thought watching it, that first half, I think we might have been all right for the first few minutes. Correct me. Yeah, I'm happy to be corrected if I was wrong, but I just thought it was very laboured and slow. And this modern football, Pep's team did it last year, and they play in, they're one of the best teams, or supposed to be one of the best teams in the world. When it's slow and it's laboured and people aren't showing for each other, and you just end up doing. Do you remember towards the end under Paul Hurst when he was trying to play out from the back a little bit, and we would have this thing where we'd go across the back line, and then we'd try going down the wing, and then we'd go back to the fullback because there was no one showing inside, or we couldn't find that first half. I thought generally was like that. I thought it was poor to watch, and I think part of the problem was the makeup of our three in the middle of the park. Vernon, to be fair, had probably the worst game I can remember him having. And he's been good at, he's been very good at times this season. But I thought it just didn't work in the middle of the pitch. They would come in front of us, and there'd be an option down the line, and often Darragh Burns wouldn't be running in behind. Darragh was really good. Him and Harvey Rogers were my two players of the match. But inside, there was just no options. There was none of them wanted the ball. There was nobody there. So all you had was either you go back where you've come from, which was invariably the centre half, if you've got it on the right hand side, or the left, or you tried to pass it out to Burns, who was on the wing, or Vernham on the other side. And like I say, if it didn't work, it just went back. None of the other three. I didn't notice Corey the other night. I didn't notice him. Jamie Walker's not going to get forward. And when we did get the ball to the byline, we put a cross in, and we've done that thing where we've got the three up front, and we talked about it before. Danny Rose is isolated in the middle. The other two are more wingers than forwards. And if you're not getting your midfield and the midfield's not working, there's no one in the box. Darragh Burns put a couple of great balls across when we were attacking the Osmond. And there's Danny Rose on about the penalty spot, and that was it. And then the other winger, Vernham, was outside the penalty area on the other side. I just thought it was poor. And if you're only going to play for half an hour, then yes, we might have had more chances, but we could have had a hell of a lot more chances if we played for the full game. I wasn't impressed the other night. I didn't think it was great.
So much so, Bruce slams his phone down in anger, so all you can see is his ceiling. Damning stuff from Mr. Phone. If he's angry and I'm calm, what is the world coming to? Anybody else would like? Youngie, you were there, were you not?
Yeah, but Sam was asking first, so let Sam go.
Oh, go on, Sam.
Poor Sam took annual leave to go to this game, so I think he deserves his two pet first.
He heard that unemployed people get some money from the budget, so he was right on it. Right on it. Go on, Sam. What did you make of it?
Why couldn't they give unemployed people money last year? What was I going to say? I hear what you're saying there, Bruce, but I think it's kind of a bit harsh. I mean, we were good for the first 20 minutes of the game. We'd created a couple of good chances. Darragh Burns has put one wide. There's an opportunity. Walker's kind of hit straight at the keeper. And then the frustration, I thought, for me was actually that we've conceded another goal and we've just kind of stopped playing. Went to sort of peace in the last 20, 25 minutes of the first half was just dreadful. We've come out in the second half, didn't get going straight away, but sort of the last 35, 40 minutes of the game, we're all over them and could easily have won the game if not for, as Alex mentioned, the 44-year-old goalkeeper pulling off a world-class save. I'm in a sort of weird space mentally with it, really, because it's unusual. Usually when we get beat, or sort of going back in most of my lifetime going get beat, it's because we've been outplayed and we've been crap and there's just no hope at the end of the tunnel. I'm sort of being very critical of us on the back of Thursday because I'm holding us to higher standards than I ever have done before. Like Tranmere, that's 3 points down the drain, definitely for our own case of the casual errors and profligacy in front of goal. Swindon, again, they don't do anything. They're 2-0 up. Chesterfield, forget the red card. They could have been out of sight by the time, but should have been out of sight by the time it happens. Barrow, completely in control, 2 deep goalkeeping disasters. Even Crewe was a case of we're so in control of the game and we've made a mess of it. It's not a case of us getting beat. It's a case of us beating ourselves through lack of concentration, potentially, lack of ruthlessness in the key moments. I thought Vernon was basically pocketed there. Number 14, what was he called? Joseph. He looks a really good player to me. Vernon had stopped trying to go past him by the end because he just couldn't beat him. Darragh Burns' his best game for Grimsby Town. Was the man of the match, irrespective of his goal. But he's kind of like. But then I keep coming on here every week saying we're good. It's going to click. We're a really good side. We're this close to being brilliant. At some point, you have to kind of stand back and go, yeah, but the same things keep happening, and I'm not seeing any improvement in these things. At what point do you go, we're not as good as we think we are? And I'm kind of at where I might be reaching that point, to be honest with you. Now, we did miss Green and McEachran, and Bruce's point about having no one near Rose is massively important because with Green not on the pitch, you don't get close to him. And as you say, Vernon and Burns are more wingers. And you massively miss Green sort of getting close to striker, running beyond it. And the other thing that I'm going to go in on this one is we've signed another goalkeeper who can't make saves. I think it's like the lowest shot percentage in the league already. So for the 6th year since we got rid of McEwen, whatever it is, since McEwen hasn't been playing, 5th goalkeeper since, we've signed another goalkeeper who doesn't make any saves. 2 errors at two errors at Barrow. No saves against Chesterfield, conceded an own goal and I know he wasn't for fault for the red card, obviously didn't play at Swindon, and again 2 shots on target, 2 goals. You can say he's not responsible for either of the goal. I think he should do best with the first one, but once again we have a goalkeeper who makes no saves.
Podcast heritage, Sam, right there.
Youngie, can I just say before that, Ches says I owe Sam an apology on his opinion on Pym. Get Richard O'Donnell back. Sorry, I'll pass over to you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm starting to come round to that thinking as well. Mansfield fans told us he's not good from range, and we've seen plenty of evidence this season to suggest that is the case. He just seems to go down really slowly. He's like goes down in installments when he's trying to get down. And I did read that he's got the highest percentage of goals conceded, like as in shots have been placed at him, so to speak, this season in the league. But his distribution is far better than any keeper we've had for a long time. I will give him that.
He certainly kicks the ball back to the halfway line after we conceded. It's really quick.
Very well. And he does command his box well, which is something we haven't had either. But yes, let's be honest, if you were an opposing manager, you would be saying to your players, have a pop from outside the box, wouldn't you? You'd be saying that if you know where them issues lie. And the one thing I will say for this, and I know Mike's going to bring this up as well, is that there is also a pattern for these long range shots, and is the fact that we don't fucking close down people when they make long range shots. It happened again on Thursday night, where I think it was Tory, wasn't it, who just decided to give him some space, and then gives him a little path to goal. So that, or if you know your keeper isn't good from range, at least kind of try and help him out a little bit and defend from that area. But I thought Bruce made a really good point when he said about the gaps between the defence and the midfield and attack. Tory is not a number 4 for me. He's not that George McEachran type of midfielder that is going to come back, help the defence out. He is more I think perhaps a number 8, a little bit further forward in the midfield. I don't think he gives you that. I don't think he's physical enough to do that. And yeah, I mean, as Bruce said, it was Vernon's worst game for a while. I think Vernon's been off the boil for a little while, like a few weeks anyway. And as Sam said, I thought the fullback did a marvellous job on him. I think he really did a job on Vernon. He knew exactly what he was doing. Burns was good, great, really good performance. I think he's been improving every week this season. He's a good player. He has a really good cross on him. I think if he can add more goals to his game, he'll be a real asset for us going forward. But yeah, as everyone has said already, we are the architects of our own downfall, aren't we? No teams don't batter us; we batter ourselves, and it gets to a point where it happens once, you go, fair enough. It happens twice, you go, these things have happened. When it becomes 3 or 4 times, you have to go, actually, is it a mentality issue? Is there a kind of a problem there? Are we panicking too much defensively? I don't know. But maybe having a week off for the cup game isn't the worst thing in the world. Maybe just gives a chance, maybe gives Artell a chance to maybe have a look at the team a little bit and go, maybe make some changes and see if he can get some competition for squad places, go and get some confidence back. But yeah, just so frustrating. So frustrating.
Bruce, you're quite close to Vernon on the wings and stuff. What are your thoughts on him? With Youngie saying he's not really a poorer game.
We don't really see him. If you think about it, though, I'm down at the Osman end. So if we're attacking the pontoon, he's further down the pitch than where I am. And then going the other way, I got a close up of Darragh Burns the other night, because obviously you see him attacking the Osman, sorry. So I didn't really. Vernon just didn't seem to. It just didn't work, and when it doesn't work, he seems to do that thing that he scored a couple of really good goals, but he does that thing where he cuts inside, and they haven't gone anywhere near for a few weeks. They've just gone into the stands, and sometimes it's been when we could have, we were in a half decent crossing position or something like that. It's a bit of decision making, but then that's probably the whole thing that we're talking about in general. I mean, that. Me, I don't really sit and watch the game in depth again after I've seen it once, especially when we've lost. But I have seen their winning goal, and it was like the guy got to the byline a bit too easily, and then a cross came in, and then one person missed it, and then someone else didn't know because the first person had missed it. It ends up hitting Darragh Burns when he's not expecting it, and I mean, it was a little bit unlucky that it fell straight into Christian Dennis's path, but there were 2 or 3 people that in the 95th or 96th minute weren't doing the jobs properly, and that's frustrating, and maybe that's my earlier moan. Had we won the game and taken our chances and done the things that the other 2 lads have said, then I maybe wouldn't have felt the same. But I maybe feel like that because this is happening time and time and time again now, that we're not winning games, and I think the frustration, and we're looking around for reasons why we're not winning the games. And what I said earlier about we only played for half an hour or 40 minutes, and that you don't give yourselves a great chance. Maybe that's just born out of frustration because we've come up short again. It needs sorting. We're on a poor run. We had a week where we could have gone top of the table, and we're now, yes, it's all very close, but there are 2 or 3 teams that are doing that thing we talked about a few weeks ago where nobody wants to win this league, and now there's 2 or 3 teams that are actually starting to put a little bit of a gap away, and we need to start winning games again. It's as simple as that, really.
You're right. You're right, Sam. In terms of what you've seen, so someone was saying I wasn't there on Thursday, but Bruce sits near me, and it looked like the first goal was offside. Youngie, were you the same? Because you're in the same sort of position.
Yes. I will make this my final point. I think if in the Premier League that goes to VAR, it gets disallowed.
Yeah, I think you're right. Sam, do you think VAR should be implemented in the lower leagues?
No.
No. Okay, that's a shame. What about you, Bruce? Are you with the same opinion? It's worked for us in the past.
When me, Sam, and Youngie have finished discussing the game, I have got something else I'd like to talk about.
Well, I think we've done.
I'll let the other lads finish their sum up.
Okay, fine, yeah.
Mike hasn't said anything yet.
Sam, that's the joke, mate.
Mike was like a cat on a hot tin roof every time you were talking. It's like, I got to let him calm down a minute. Michael, do you have any thoughts on the defeat to Tranmere? And do you think Christy Pym as well is a massive liability?
Look, I'll try and be quick because I think you've all made some really good points. There's a couple of things I would say that.
Does anyone want a brew?
I think on a positive note, I don't think the results of late have been positive. Everybody can see that. We've got 2 fundamental problems at both ends of the pitch, which are quite fundamental in a game of football. We're not scoring the goals we should be, and we're conceding goals we shouldn't be. And we need to tighten both of those up. The positive I take out of it, if you do look, we do dominate teams. We do create the chances. They're just not going in. That doesn't get you points, chances. I get that. Don't shout at me. But I think it does show you the underlying data there is we're a decent team that just isn't taking their points. We need to correct that, but there is stuff there. I've watched Town many years and think that where are we going to score a goal from? I don't watch that now. I see a team that could get goals. They're just not getting them at the minute. So I think that's key. Looking at Thursday, I think we just didn't click. We're missing 2 of our main players in midfield, which is quite key for where if you want to be a possession-based team, you need to dominate, really. I think also, I'm trying not to look at you, Green. I think also the absence of Sweeney is actually really key. I think when we're on the ball, he's really effective. I also would look at Charles Vernon's recent downturn in form and think that might be affected a little bit like that. I don't see Staunton getting anywhere near as far up the pitch as Sweeney. I don't see him occupying any of the defenders as much. That gives Vernam a little bit more room. I think the right back had Vernam's number all game. He constantly tried to turn in, and I was just thinking at half-time, 10, 15 minutes, just take the outside option every time because he's showing you that way. Just do it. And then in 10 minutes' time, you can trick him and get back in because he knows you're coming inside. So if you just abandon that for a bit, it makes him think twice. But, what do I know? I'm a fat bloke that couldn't go inside or outside, so never mind. But it wasn't clicking, and we started to go along. We didn't play. When we did start to play, the game came from what we need to do. Move the ball quickly, forward and quickly, and then we punish teams. And that was sort of, we only started to do that from 60 minutes on, and that was frustrating. But we do have some pretty big problems in defence. If you look at the first goal, it's a long nothing diagonal ball from the back. It's a nothing ball. And in League Two, you should deal with that all day long. You just should deal with it. Now, the bloke's a little bit offside, but you can't rely on that. You've just got to deal with it. Nobody's going to help you out there, especially League Two linesmen. You've got to make sure first. Rogers gets completely caught underneath it, nowhere near it. He's playing right back and he's drifted into centre back, and I'm pretty sure he's done that because they don't trust Warren in the air for aerial duels. Looked at some of the data on Warren. It's not as conclusive as it should be at this level, but he doesn't win a lot of his headers. So he misses that. Tories then come in because he's noticed Rogers is nowhere near it. Simple knockdown, 2-3 touches in, no pressure on the shot, and he puts it in the bottom corner. And that's just schoolboy defending. Now, if you're going to allow them to do that, then it doesn't matter how many you score because you're just so easy to be scored against. But I think one of the big problems is when we've got teams that sit in, we like to create a 2v3 out wide in the wide areas, and we just weren't doing that on Thursday. There was no little bits of intricate play. Sweeney getting round and Corey coming onto Vernam because Sweeney's not there, but it wasn't happening on there. And then on the right, there was just nothing happening either. So a terrible game, really, terrible run of form. I do think that we're a team that will click. I can see a high ceiling. It's not clicking at the minute. But there's things there that give me a lot of confidence when I've watched Town for 20 years and there's some seasons I've thought, well, how many are they going to win against? So, yeah, it's shit at the minute, but it will get better. I'm pretty sure it will. And you're all wrong about Pim, just putting that out there. Don't need to discuss it any further. You're all talking shite.
Mike, I was going to quickly ask you. You said in the second half we did what we should be doing or are good at doing, and I agree with you. I know it started a little bit before KB brought on, but it seemed to kind of like we seemed to amplify it more once we went to 3-5-2. And I know you're not a fan of us playing 3-5-2, but I think we can make that formation work at home.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not away, but I certainly think at home, because I think you can advance your wing backs, so to speak, have probably got far more of a license to get forward.
I'm not a fan of it. I just prefer the way we were playing at the start of the season. But that depends on you having Green, who gets forward and basically makes it a 2 up front. So the argument's redundant. When Green's getting up there along KB or Rose, you've got 2 there anyway. And when I've seen us play a back 5, Vernam and Van Soorsen at the time were just getting the ball far too deep. And there, Vernam was at the time one of the most effectual players in the league, both in terms of assists and goals. I don't want him with the ball in the halfway line. I want it with 5 yards outside the 18-yard box with a full back to beat and somebody running past him, because something will happen. I don't want him getting the ball on the halfway line. I think that's the problem sometimes when you do that. Your wingers get pushed a bit further back. Now, if we're gonna do it at home, especially, if we're going to do it at home, we're going to have more of the ball, then obviously the wingers are going to be higher. So I don't mind that. But we did it at Barrow, and Van Soorsen and Vernam got so much of the ball so deep, it was annoying me. But it can work.
Cool. Right. See you all.
He asked me.
We do seem to have just gone from like 13 minutes to 39 minutes in the blink of an eye. I mean, you can't get... You'd struggle to get better analysis of a game anywhere.
Well, I don't know. I think you would.
Sorry.
I think you go to London Park Hotel, you get better analysis.
Certainly more insightful listening to Artell talk about injuries.
Just tell me who's shit and who I need to boo. That's it.
Pim's not shit.
Tell me that.
Pim's not shit.
But all the stats suggest he's shit.
Well, what stats? I said this to you yesterday. He's got the lowest save percentage, but he's also one of the lowest shots faced, so he's got less chance. You've got Jake Eastwood at the top because they're shooting from every fucking where. So that's why he's got shots to save.
Or you could argue that it would be much worse if he was conceding lots more shots. We've played nearly half a season. It's surely a big enough sample size to be able to work out the stats.
But that's the context. What type of shots? And what I would say to you very gently is before Barrow, it wasn't a conversation. It does not turn into a conversation so quickly.
I mean, I don't want to be on the Barrett bandwagon, but there was somebody before Barrow.
Well, that's because he bangs on. It's like stop clocks right twice a day. It's just he bangs on about it so often.
Did you just say that he's faced less shots, so he's got less chance of his percentage being good?
So if you've got a low shot percentage rate,
the idea of a percentage is it works it out whether you've had more or you've had less. It works out.
Oh,
you've got more chances.
Jesus Christ, you've angered Bruce.
You've got more chances to make a save. So if somebody's constantly
don't ruin me with maths.
So if he's faced 10 shots all season,
I don't know the details. I don't know the context of all of it. But let me just give you
this
example. Cambridge, Eastwood plays for Cambridge. They sit quite deep in some of the games I've seen. They pepper the goal from quite a long way out. If you hit it from 35 yards and it's on target, it's a save, isn't it? So you've got more chance of saving. I'm not saying it's scientific, but
we don't want Pim
unless you have the context of it.
Yeah, but Pim can't make a save from 35 yards. That's what the.
Well, he can because we faced a shot from 35 yards before Barrow, Sam, and he'd save it. Don't come up with some total bullshit just to prove your point, mate. That's what I do. I come up with a bullshit to prove my point.
It's not bullshit. It's literally there in cold hard statistics.
But nobody was having a conversation.
And it's not just that. If you actually look at some other underlying data, so we've it's at the other end of the pitch as well. We are massively.
That's Pim's fault as well. Fucking Christy Pim.
No, we are massively underperforming our XG.
I think we're frustrated, aren't we? We're all frustrated, and it's amplified at both ends.
Oh, Bruce is the woman in the car park saying, "Leave it. He's not worth it," and getting involved. Let the fight go on.
Okay.
I don't think. Should you be in this disabled parking space?
I don't think he was too much at fault on Thursday. Actually, I've watched it back.
You don't even look disabled.
I don't think he's seen it. I think there's 3 players in his way. I don't think he's seen it till it's past him. Because we've all dropped so deep to defend a long ball, which is crazy, and then not even bother getting to it.
Well, in Mike's defence, Mike has put out he doesn't expect a goalkeeper to react within 2 seconds to deal with something, as he said when he got sent off. So I don't expect him to be able to save that shot.
Misrepresentation.
No, that's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said. He doesn't need 2 seconds. You shouldn't judge him on 2 seconds for reacting. So it took less than 2 seconds for that ball to go in, dribbling in from the edge of the box to the corner like a toddler kicking it in.
That's 3 players, and he couldn't. You look at that behind angle that Sky did, because if we didn't have the behind angle, I'd have agreed. Because on the first look, I thought I went back and looked at the goal from sort of the Ramsden stand, and it looked bad. But then when you go back and look at the other angle, there's 3 or 4 players. He's just not seen it. I just don't think he's seen it. As a player,
mate. I'm not arguing that he definitely didn't see it.
But you see, this is the problem. This is the problem with our defence at the minute, and this bad thing of form is it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, really, because it just creates it gives the chance to have a pop at him. I get that. He's had a couple of bad games. He's had a red card. He's lost us 2 points against Barrow. So any minor thing he does wrong now, he's going to be in the magnifying glass, and that's his fault. That's his fault for Barrow, and it's the team's fault for the red card. It's going to happen. He's a professional football player. He'll have to come through it. But before Barrow, it wasn't a conversation. I just find it difficult to be able to turn 180 degrees on him after a couple of bad performances, when we all know there's lots of players that have bad performances. A lot of them aren't goalkeepers. A lot of them aren't highlighted as much.
Hopefully, this week they're going to all go out on their Christmas do, because they've got a week and a bit off. They'll be in fancy dress in the big market, and all this is going to get sorted out over a little fisticuffs outside a pub, where they're going to sort out all these errors at both ends of the pitch.
What's going to happen is Pim's going to drop his pint on somebody's foot, and it's going to be like a Cool Runnings bar fight with Sanka jumping over the top of him, singing "Yippee-ki-yay."
He'd have to get near the pipe first.
Clayton McDonald all over again, allegedly.
Right? Can I just give you, so Mike? Can I just give you? I mean, take this as much or as little as you wish. This is from WhoScored.com, which I use quite a lot for the stats. These are Pim's ratings out of 10 since Barnet: 5.6, 5.2, 7.8 against Salford, 5.6 against Colchester, 6.9, 5.8, 4.3, 4.2, 5.2, 5.4.
Yeah, but I mean, it may well be, but
you are the master of Football Manager on this podcast. If your goalkeeper has that rating, is he staying in the squad?
But who's giving the rating? Like, I wouldn't have given those ratings some of those games. I don't think it was a conversation before Barrow. I know there was the thing in the FA Cup, and that was because we commented at the time in the FA Cup about, that's a bit unusual. You're not saying that's a bit unusual if you're already having the conversation. It turned at Barrow, quite rightly. He was absolutely terrible.
What about the FA Cup? We haven't played in that yet.
Yeah, we haven't played in Ebbsfleet.
Oh yeah,
he had a howler in that game, and that's when we started talking about it. And before then, there was no conversation. Every time we've talked about Pim is about what he's brought to the team in terms of his distribution and his calmness at the back. And he has. I know people don't want to hear about distribution from a goalkeeper, but a lot of our attacking phases of play when we were really good are because he's picked somebody out on the wing and we're at their back line.
Cool.
Now, usually on this podcast, Mike tends to start, doesn't he? Mike tends to be the first person to comment on a game or tell us how a game's gone. Now, what we have done today is experimented, and this experiment has made Mike really angry because essentially what me, Sam, and Bruce have done, and Alex as well with the hosting, have just prodded him. We've just prodded him along, and look at this. You've just had literally 10 minutes of Mike ranting on, and for your listening and viewing pleasure, we thank you.
You bunch of bastards.
And Rotherham's a shithole.
I won't disagree with you, mate.
Shall I tell you what Rotherham doesn't make? Good managers.
Makes fucking legends, though.
Well, you Patrick Bamfords. So who we got next?
I think in January, if we're not bringing in an actual right back and an actual right-sided centre-back, if he doesn't trust who he's got, then I think we are going to be in trouble because I think that's the problem. As good as Warren has been as a centre-back, he's a right-back that's doing centre-back. If you brought him in as a centre-back, you'd be annoyed. But he's done a decent job at that. And Rodgers doesn't do enough going forward for me as a right-back.
I've got to be sensible here because you're saying in trouble. We're not going to be in trouble. We're absolutely fine. We will be. I mean,
relatively.
We will a bit worse being mid-table. I think this will be our nadir. The performances are there. We're creating chances. We're playing far better than we've had to. That game against Tranmere on Thursday, which Bruce was crying over, was probably, if it was a Hurst performance in his last season, would have been one of his best performances of the season.
Yeah.
And so I think we are grading a little bit on a curve, and I expect to see improvement. And we're only an hour away from getting into the playoffs, which would then suggest I expect you to be in the playoffs. And this league is a lot worse than it was last year. Everyone is as shit or as good as everyone else. And so I expect us to improve more. But I'm looking at individual errors rather than systematic problems and performances that just aren't there. I think we'll be absolutely fine. And I would like to see him look at, as you say, a right back, look at a striker, because I think we're one short. Not getting Regan Linney was a problem, I think. And we will be looking for another person. And I expect us to, if there's an opportunity to bring in a goalkeeper, I would bring in a goalkeeper because I do think there is a problem there. But it shows how shit we've been. He is absolutely an improvement on Wright and Eastwood. Youngie, you are... No, Youngie's had his hand up twice.
I wasn't being reactionary. I meant relative. We're in trouble, relatively speaking.
I agree with you to be fair, Alex, you are the voice of reason on this one, and I agree with you. But it shocks me too. But the problem we have, and I think probably the Man United game started this, is that we had that really good start to the season. Then we go and beat Man United, and I think suddenly we started to dare to dream. And as Man United, as Grimsby fans, we should never dare to dream. We should never dare to dream. We should always try and rein it in. So the problem is we've risen our own expectations, and I think now suddenly we're on a bad run of form. It almost feels like people have gone, oh no, man. You know, them hopes I had, they're dashed. They're completely dashed. And we look, football can change, and especially you're absolutely right, Alex. This is a bloody tight league, and for a team that's only won 1 in 7, we are still in the top half of the table, and that doesn't. And in any other league, that doesn't happen. But in League Two, that because it is so close, 2 wins and suddenly you're back in the automatics again, aren't you? So we have to go a game by game basis. It is a bad run, but there isn't a reason to panic just yet. But also, I agree with Mike. We need a right back and a centre back.
Striker wouldn't be a bad thing either. A goalkeeper would be quite nice. Jaden Sweeney's, left back support there would be great. And you can never trust Charles Vernon to be fit for a full season.
I do think it's underestimated just how much Sweeney brings us, especially in possession, and how much of a miss he is. And also on Thursday, you're missing your 2 main centre midfielders. It's not an excuse. I'm just saying you're missing an awful lot of what's good in your team on Thursday.
So Ben Hibbert says, we're a better team than we were last season, but how are we points-wise compared to last season? We are behind now, Ben. We were pretty much neck and neck, but we could probably look back at the games. You think of all the ones we've kind of thrown away between now and then. Not an excuse, but I'm looking at the level of performance rather than anything. It's one of those things where you go, as long as we're creating chances, we'll put them away sooner or later, in my opinion.
And look at how many games we stole last season as well that we haven't done this season. We have, if you think of Gillingham, Wimbledon, even Carlisle to a certain extent. I'm sure there's a couple I've forgotten in that lot that are games that we really shouldn't have won that we did. We've not done any of that this season. Like it was almost like last season, we can't really believe the position we're in because of how we've not played. Whereas this season, it's like, oh, we can't believe the position we're in because everything says we're better. The stats say we're better. My eyes say we're better, and yet we're worse off. I believe in XG.
It's a bit like Lewis and Ferrari this season. It may look like he's worse off, but he's so much better this season than he was last season. Mike, what were you saying?
There's two good stats to look at. I don't think there's much relevance because 2 seasons are different, but we've scored more and we've conceded less. That generally tells you what you need to know. But last season, the conversation was we're really maximising, and I don't know where much more we can do. I think we're really at the top of what we thought that team would do. We nicked a load of away wins, really good, but backs against the wall performances. This year, we're about on the same sort of points, and we're thinking, well, we've not won in 7 or whatever it is. We're not scoring the chances we're getting, and we're throwing points away. That is a completely different conversation about we're just not achieving what we've seen they can do. So it doesn't. Seasons go up and down, and they go up and down at different points of the season. But I think fundamentally, this team has a much higher ceiling, and we've seen that. And if it all clicks, I'm sure it will. I'm damn positive we're going to be in and around those playoffs. If it clicks, I'm damn sure.
When does this bad run become a problem?
I think it just became a problem, didn't it?
We've got Shrewsbury away. Got Shrewsbury away, then we've got Notts County at home, Bromley away, and then we finish the year at home to Oldham and at home to Shrewsbury again. I mean, we should be beating both of those teams at home. Both of those latter teams at home, I would say. Notts County's always a lively one, and Shrewsbury away, and Bromley's always a difficult place to go. It feels like, to me, though, to keep our sort of dreams alive, we need to be winning 3 of those 5.
Yeah, we just need to get back on it, and I assume that people coming back will be absolutely. I'm genuinely not that worried. I'm just annoyed.
It's frustrating, isn't it? It's just
that's it.
I think that sums it up quite well, Alex. Actually,
I try.
Bromley's the only team I'd be happy with a point at. The rest, I think we've got to win. I think.
Fuck that, Mike. We are not doing that. I want to batter them. I want Danny Rose again on his arse, flicking it over his head and making Woodman's vein at the top of his head pop out. I'm not having this. Oh, a point at Bromley would be good.
No, I'd love it, but if you offered me it now, I'd take it because I think they're difficult. But the other teams that Bruce listed out, I think we need to be. I think we could beat them all. I think Notts County would be a good game.
Are the Autos now Notts County?
I don't know. I don't know. You've got a league table just like me. Go have a look.
I don't look at it when we lost.
Yeah, because Bromley lost at Walsall, didn't they? So they dropped out, didn't they? So that would make sense that Notts County are there now. But
right.
You don't look at it when we've lost. You've spent years not knowing where we are then.
Right. I'm done. I'm bored of it
Correct.
now. We're finished with it. Finished. Youngie has a game. What are you saying?
Well,
Bruce wants to talk about something else. Bruce wants to talk about something
FA Cup,
else, didn't he?
FA Cup next week, quickly.
Oh, well, let's go with Bruce and then go FA Cup then. Bruce, what did you want to say?
Nothing. I was just trying to delay Mike talking.
Oh, right. Okay. What do you think we should do about the atmosphere then? Is this the same conversation we've had endlessly where, we tell everyone we need to have the Osmond as our own?
I honestly don't know, mate. I think I'm at a loss what to suggest, really. I just think that maybe the younger fans that are coming through don't sing. I don't know.
Poor youth hall this year.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I honestly think that when we used to, I honestly think that when we used to have 3,500 at Bundle Park, it was livelier than it is generally now, and I don't know why. It's since COVID. Something's changed since COVID. People don't sing since COVID. It's not happening anymore.
5G masts. Yeah, I agree, and I think we've discussed it before. I'd see you Osmond safe standing. I don't care if it reduces the capacity by a couple of hundred. Make it all unreserved. Stick everybody in it. Make the pontoon a family stand, and then make what was the family stand and the cage the away bit, and that's it. That's what I would do. The only thing is then you've got disabled fans and you need to move them hopefully into a nice porter cabin with a front terrace bit so they can sit on it and not get soaking wet every week and have more of they don't just have to look at the players warming up's arses. Instead they can maybe watch the game for once would be lovely. I would love to see that. But yeah, anybody else before that FA Cup? We've got Wealdstone fully expecting a return of last year's performance. Yeah.
No, I think we'll get through next week. Once bitten, twice shy. I think he'll also put out he's got to put a proper side out next week, hasn't he? Especially with the rest that there's been in between, and the potential reward for a trip to Anfield or something like that in the third round. He'll play a proper side, and I think we won't be.
That'd be an easier place to go than Wealdstone, so that'd be quite nice.
I kind of agree with you, Sam. I think he about putting a proper side out, but there's part of me as well looking at now now that the Checkatrade Trophy or whatever it's called now is gone. There's some players that do need games now. Gilson needs games. Soomsuk Bell needs games. If we're going to develop them, they need minutes. Surely this has got to be the game to give them minutes.
Oof. I can see both sides of that argument. Do you sort of? But if we kind of chuck out and make players half a side, maybe rest players like, I don't know, Vernon and McJannis and so on, and then we lose, he'll get nailed. So I don't know. Maybe you can actually rotate the side without actually diminishing the quality too much. Also have your big guns on the bench in case it's not going well.
Yeah, Wealdstone, blah blah blah, lose 1-0. That's exactly what we'll do, because it's still national. We've still got that National League beast in us. Still lose 1-0 to Wealdstone. Youngie's got a game. We're 58 minutes in. Go on, Youngie. Let me just do your little thingy, and then you'll be good to go.
All right. Hi, everybody. So, FA Cup coming up next week, and I've done cup upsets before, as in cup upsets that were good for us. But this time, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go for times that we have been the giant killed. So, especially after the fact that last year we got beat by non-league Wealdstone. So, Tino, there's 4 of us tonight. I thought we'll do 2 semi-finals and a final. So the draw has been made. Mike will play Sam in the first game, and Alex will play Bruce in the second game, and the winners will play each other in a final. Okay, so same game as usual. Okay, I will give you a match. You need to name as many of the many of the squad for that game as possible. So first game, Mike versus Sam, and it is the game we just mentioned. It was Grimsby 0, Wildston 1 on the 2nd of November 2024. Mike, you won the toss. You go first.
I was actually at this game, so I might have a chance. Justin Abikwu.
Justin Abikwu. Yep, he started.
Abikwu.
Okay. Danny Rose.
Danny Rose also started.
Abikwu missed a penalty, didn't he, Mike? That's why you remember that.
Yeah. I didn't go for the goalkeeper because I can't remember which. Who was centre backs last year?
This is what I'm normally like. Anything that's like within recent memory, I'm just crap.
You're better at the double promotion winning side in 1991 or whatever, aren't you, Bruce?
I am, mate.
I've got
in the last few years. I'm just pleased I didn't get Mike.
George McEachran, yes. George McEachran played, yes. Sam.
Okie dokie. Harvey Rogers.
Harvey Rogers, correct.
Cameron McJanet.
Cameron McJanet, correct.
Oakley Dokley.
Stop saying Oakley Dokley, mate. You're not Ned Flanders.
Denver Hume.
Denver Hume is absolutely right.
Who was on right backs last year? Tywell Warren.
Tywell Warren was on the bench, correct.
Okay, I'm going to go with Lewis Cass then.
Lewis Cass played. Yes, I'll probably give you that one, didn't I? Absolutely.
Evan Corey played every game last year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he played in this one. Yeah, absolutely. Which makes sense because he played in every game.
Yeah, there we go. Maths.
Jordan Davies.
Jordan Davies.
That's a hell of a guess.
Is wrong. He was injured. Remember, he had that long.
Come on, Sam.
So
Kieran Green to steal it. Kieran Green.
Yeah. Well, you started first anyway, so you were already through.
Right.
But yes,
Kieran I think because I remember his interview. I think he came out in the interview about it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The ones you missed were Jordan Wright in goal, Jason Daddy's Van Thornton. So you got 9 of the 11 starters, and then on the bench, according to the BBC, he's Douglas Farm. He's got a Sunday name as well for this, and Sebastian Orton.
Also, I'm shocked.
Donovan
Doug's name is Douglas.
Douglas, I know, crazy. Jaden Luca, Callum Ainley, Luca Barrington, and Cam Gardner. There we go.
Do we have a keeper?
So Mike is our first finalist.
Seb Orton.
All right.
Seb Orton. Sebastian Orton. Yeah, so there you go.
See you next week, Sam.
So it's Bruce versus Alex in the second semi-final. I'm going to take you back, gentlemen, to the 2011. It was Neil Woods' last game in charge. It was Chase Town 2, Grimsby Town 1 in the FA Trophy. The game that sealed Neil Woods' fate. Alex, you go first.
Oh, God, Matt Haywood.
Matt Haywood. Oh,
That's
this could
wrong.
be a quick game because that's is wrong. Incorrect. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Fine. Good. Why are you all shaking your head at me?
He was about 2000. He didn't play for us in non-league, I don't think.
Oh, fine. Yeah. Well, that's a quick one.
Buckley signed him.
Bruce
down in 2011.
Yeah.
I think that was before McEwen came. Or was it? I'm going to go Lee Peak. No. Bradley Wood.
Bradley Wood. Well, if you went for Lee Peacock anyway, you would have been right. But Bradley Wood also is in there. So a quick game. Alex is out. I'll give you the team lineup for this game. It
Kenny
was
Arthur in that.
Kenny Arthur, yeah, Bradley Wood, Scott Garner, Rob Atkinson, Lee Ridley, Michael Coulson, Mark Hudson, Mickey Cummins, Rob Eagle, Alan Connell, and Tom Corner up front. On the bench was Steve Crowdson, Lee Peacock, Watt, Stephen Watt, and Michael Leary.
Oh my word! Yeah.
So there you go. So we have a final. The final is Mike versus Bruce. Bruce can go first because Mike went first on his last game. And we do go back to 2009. And it is the FA Cup first round.
Bath.
And in what was already turning out to be a shit season, got even worse as Conference South team Bath come to Blundell Park and beat us 2-0. So Bruce to start, who was in the team that day.
I remember walking home from this one. I've talked about it before, and just like, it can't get any worse than this. And oh yes, it could.
Oh, it can. It can.
That was one of the early ones. That and Salisbury, was it? Was it Salisbury?
Salisbury.
2009. Linwood.
Yes, Linwood played. Correct. Mike.
I might struggle with this one. I'll go for Nick Colgan.
Yeah, Nick Colgan was in goal. Absolutely correct. Bruce.
I'll go Joe Widdowson.
Yeah, Joe Widdowson. That's a great shout. Absolutely. Joe Widdowson is correct.
I think I actually did, while Mike's thinking, I think I actually did more games that season, 9-10, than I have ever done before. And it was like one of our worst seasons.
See.
Was Rob Atkinson with us then?
Yeah, Rob Atkinson was playing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Rob Atkinson is absolutely correct. Bruce. Peter Ball, yes. He played.
Oh, what's the Irish fella, the pisshead? Doesn't narrow it down really, does it? Conlon.
Yeah, Barry Conlon, absolutely. Yep, started up top.
At Pratt Pro?
At Pratt Pro, also started. Got substituted at half time. That's how bad he was.
Let's make 1 win in 17. It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
Danny North.
We might be saying that in a... Danny North, yeah, he came on for Pratt Pro. Yeah.
Let's go Hudson again. Mark Hudson.
Mark Hudson had not signed by that point, so that is incorrect. So Mike for the win.
Oh, not a clue. Any youth players? Was a keeper. Jamie. No.
Go on, hurry him up.
Who was the midfielder?
Oh,
you need to give me a name.
Michael. Michael, isn't it?
Right, come on, it's time's got to be
Leary. Up. Michael Leary.
No.
Michael Leary is the one. Yes, Michael Leary played
that day. About half an hour.
He took his time, but I should have been more in control of that. There we go. So the ones you missed were Danny Boschel, Jamal Shahin.
Did we have a youth keeper called Jamie something?
Overton, yes, he was on the bench, absolutely. Jamal Shannon, who we signed from Grimsby Borough, believe it or not. Bradley Wood as well played in that game. On the bench was Overton, Disco Jamie Clark, Mark Gray, who is my friend's brother. There you go, and he was on the bench that day. Josh Fuller, Chris Jones, and somebody with the surname Dean, who I literally have no idea who it was. I'm guessing it was some kind of youth player.
First name Matt.
Point, but yeah. He could have been Matt Dean. I know it's spelled differently.
Oh, wasn't he? Wasn't he?
Sometimes maybe shit. Sometimes maybe.
I remember him as a midfielder.
Oh, there you go. Well, good for you.
Well done, Mike. Well done, Mike. Let's give Mike a round of applause for remembering that
well
person.
Done, Mike.
Well done, Mike. Really good.
It is concerning that after that, and then last week when we got all of those ones from the COVID season, a bit worrying how good our memories are for crap teams.
You remember shit.
Question for Bruce: were you talking about that 09-10? Were you there that night when Michael Leary rattled the bar from 35 yards out at Notts County in sort of February, March time?
Mate, I can't remember. I remember, wasn't it the year before where we took a big following to Notts County that was on the wall for a few years in the office? When we won 2-0, didn't we?
With that strange goal, didn't we? That was disallowed and then allowed, overruled. But the following year, we drew 1-1. Jamie Devitt made his debut. And
yes,
Michael
I did go.
I was at that game. Yeah.
I went to that game.
Rattled the crossbar from about 35 yards out. Lee Hughes got sent off right at the end.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff.
And the M1 was shut on the way home, and you had to go off all the way back down the.
Oh God. You're too young to start talking like Bruce, Sam. You got to stop. M1 was shut.
The M1 was shut. I remember it clearly. It was like you'll be late to bed. You're already too late to bed. I was only 9 or 10 I'd have been.
No, don't interrupt him, Mike. What were you saying? Sorry, Sam.
That's nothing. Not important.
Is it home time?
Well, what time?
Breaking news.
Yeah, you ruined that actually. But what was wrong with the M1 then? What time did you get back by the end?
No idea what time we got back by the end. I just remember northbound at the Nottingham Junction was shut, so you had to go southbound.
Well, how long did it take you to get back then?
Oh, I don't know.
Open wide for some soccer!
And now the shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at 1130. Go! At 1130.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life around here. They're going crazy.
This antiquated main stand, I can feel it vibrating.
They got a penalty here, there'll be fish flying about that. There's no tomorrow.
What a magnificent piece of football! This is Vernon! Vernon scored! The supporters are invading the pitch because Grimsby Town have caused one of the biggest upsets in their history.
Love it.